Detective Tiger back once again for the Bloody Mary Chronicles, which I'm now decided I'm calling this series. Let's arrest some tourists. So hey boss, wanted to clear the water about some stuff that I don't know whether or not you're aware of or not. Chief Lucas was looking at the two of us to see who should head up the task force. I guess you acing the Peterson grill made it a done deal, and I can't say I blame the chief for that call. Bullshit rumors fly real easily, so I just wanted to reassure you that I'm fully on board, right behind you. After all, the best leaders are also the best followers, and this smug expression on my face isn't an indication that in any way that I will betray you later. If I had any idea, I would have told the chief to give it to you. The responsibility feels like a lot. Thank you for your reassurance, Reyes. Step up your game and you'll lead your own unit in no time. Glad to hear it, Jen. Let's do good work, whoever's managing this. Yeah, that seems diplomatic. 10-4, boss. 10-4. My door's always open. Good to know. I'll be at my desk. I've been at it for a while now, and I've managed to figure out what most of the keywords mean. The algorithm managed to confirm some of these deductions, so there are some conflicts, though, either because of cognitive biases or the algorithm errors. It's hard to figure out specifics, but we have some broad findings. The folks in this chat room are just a wing of the whole operation, though. And I think I've stumbled onto something big. The South Bank Mall. Something today. The planting of a package. In front of the duathlon. That's not a word. Duathlon store. Apparently they'll have something there. I'm not sure what they're supposed to do, though. We should have the place canvassed ASAP. Let's move. We have 3 suspects in custody. One of them can potentially be our pup. The only 3 we noticed to linger near the duathlon store. That is, before the 3 of them got tangled up in an incident and we had to intervene. This is detailed in the file I drafted up on the way here. One of them is the one working on the Liberation Front's orders. Has to be. I've checked the chat room again now. I think we're dealing with a planted bomb. Sweet baby Jesus, we're on the clock, boss. Lives are at stake. We need the explosive device's location. It's going to take a lot of Bloody Mary to get through this. Instant narrative. The only 3 people present at the location specified by the secret chat room conversation were brought in for immediate questioning. As our officers were arriving at the scene, 2 of the individuals found at the scene were involved in a conflict. Daniel Wilson, a security guard working within the commercial complex, forcefully apprehended Bakil Medana and exposed the latter in individual carried out and concealed firearm. The 3rd individual, Samantha Lowe, was seen talking to Daniel Wilson by our agents as they were arriving at the scene just prior to the subsequent conflict between Wilson and Madonna. The chat room conversation revealed that at least one of these individuals was due to signal the successful planting of a timed bomb at a nearby location by being present and seen on the walkway. Experts estimate that the location of the bomb must be extracted within minutes if the bomb wants to be disabled in time. Daniel Wilson is a retired Marine. He takes care of his ailing mother and struggles to keep up with the escalating medical bills. He was operating as a security guard at the location of the incident and is one of the 3 people at the scene who could have planted the bomb. He is the person who apprehended Bakil Medana as he was attempting to leave the premises. Wilson appears to be a close friend of Samantha Lowe, who he was entertaining before getting involved in the incident with Madonna. Wilson frequently visits Christian conservative websites, is an active supporter of gun rights, and firmly opposed to political correctness. Oh, he'll be fun to talk to. Samantha Lowe is an interior decorator and animal rights activist, engaged to be wed in a month. ISP enforced tracking shows that her IP has accessed Liberation Front content pertaining to claims of oppression of man and beast. She was engaged in conversation with Daniel Wilson at the time of the incident and was one of the only 3 people at the scene. She has increased premiums on her bank debts, with the bank threatening to cash the mortgage on the flat she shares with her fiance. Bakil Medana arrived in the country on a student visa 7 years ago. He enrolled to study materials engineering but has no record of attendance after his 3rd year at the university past the visa's expiration date. He seems to have remained in the country illegally, likely working on the black market. There are very few official records of his activity since he has been spending regular payments to the bank accounts in his home country. He was one of the 3 people at the specified site within the developing situation. Despite being summoned to not leave the premises, he attempted to flee. He was stopped and held by Daniel Wilson. Okay, so we have a Christian gun nut, a woman who was definitely looking at the Liberation Front's propaganda, and we have a shady foreigner. So all of these are viable suspects, and the only way we're going to flush them out is with a Bloody Mary and some police brutality. Send in the clowns. Do you know why you're here, Dan? I'm assuming it's because of the shady foreigner. This classified was it's related to the criminal group activity. It's related to a criminal group activity in the city. You think that guy at the mall is part of a gang? Makes sense. My file on you is incomplete. I have some questions. You living in the city? Born and raised. Good. Any family I should know of? Just my mum. You live with your mother? Yes, I do. She's sick. I can take care of her. Medical bills must be expensive. Don't want to talk about that. Fair enough. Where are you employed? At the mall, I work as a security guard. Read that in the file you're a former soldier. Why did you become a soldier? Duty to protect the country. Doesn't your sense of duty extend to the people that might be hurt by this terrorist plot? Of course it does. Okay, yeah, right. Glad we're on the same page. Why aren't you on active duty anymore? I was to be pulled out. I couldn't be away anymore. I had to stay home. Fair enough. You got a sick mother. I always thought soldiers are alike, except they don't do anything useful on a typical day. Did you work with explosive during your time in the military? Yeah, grenades, C4, all sorts. Basic training. Explosives isn't part of basic training. Let's go back to this. It isn't your duty. Okay, no. I see you work at the shop in the front. Oh no, actually, I was just passing by there. I'm posted 2 floors down. For some reason, Daniel was not at his post when he read it back. We'll try to find out why. Okay. Where did you say you're employed? Security guard at the mall. So you don't work at the shop in front. This didn't happen. I was just passing by. Down. Let's talk about the man you apprehended. What's suspicious about him? He was being shifty. Just look at his eyes. Do you ever act on instinct? I did what was necessary on a case-by-case basis, and I did the same. Why act on your own and not call the police? My training kicked in, I thought people were in danger. Do you do racial profiling a lot as a mole guard, or is it just what you used to do as a soldier? Oh. Have I got to be racist here? It's not like that man, he just looks shifty. Ain't about race. Okay, good. There was a woman. Who is she? Just someone I know from high school. Ah, so you know each other. Yeah, we were classmates. She helped me pass chemistry in my senior year. What was she doing there? Just happened to be passing through. You ever heard about the Liberation Front? Yeah, I read something about them. What do you think of them? A bunch of murderous psychos. Were you forced to cooperate with them? No, what sort of question is that? Fair enough. Right. Right, Samantha. I have some questions about you. You live in the city? Yes, my fiance. Any family I should know of? Other than my fiance, my dad, and my sister? No. Is your dad well? Yeah, fine. Is your sister as pretty as you? Yeah, probably best you didn't. Where are you employed? I was a freelance interior decorator. Were you and Mr. Wilson family friends when you were teens? No, his mother was very sick and he didn't socialise that much. Oh, did it interfere with the schooling? Yeah, I tried to help him with schoolwork, but he had to work a job too since her insurance didn't cover her cancer treatment. Right, okay. Do you know why we brought you here? Not really, I don't know anything about any of this stuff. It's about related to much higher stakes. Like what about the guy with the gun? Okay. That's classified, but we suspect you might have crucial information. What could I possibly use? Tell me about the incident at the mall. Did you notice anything suspicious about Mr. Madonna? Mr. Madonna, you pinned him down. Why were you and Miss Wilson on the top floor? He said he wanted to talk about something. Confess, I think he said. We never got to it. Okay. Fuck. I have to go back to him on that. So you do know each other? Oh yes, of course. We went to high school together. Have you heard from the Liberation Front? They're a terrorist group, right? What do you think of them? They're awful, right? Yeah, right? Were you forced to cooperate with them? What? Of course not. Crucial. Okay. Right. Let's talk about them all. She told me that you wanted to confess something to her. What was she wanted to confess about? It really isn't important, and I'm not comfortable talking about this. You're breaking my balls, Daniel. Okay, Basil Madonna. Cool. You're in a lot of trouble, and I need you to cooperate with me. That seems like a threat, but all right. This is not about your immigration I suspect related to investigation watch with much bigger stakes. Information about people smugglers. I came around and seen visa, nothing was so. You living in the city? In the slums? Yes, where it's cheap. Any family I should know of? None in the country. And back home? Just poor farmers. My uncle works at a department store. Do you send the money? Any terrorists? So you say that you did not have any other family. Where are you employed? Odd jobs, nothing official. How did you get into the country? Student visa, now expired. I'm not going to contact immigration, but work with me here. Right. What were you doing at the mall? And the gun? We're facing charges for illegal possession unless not shall we? I see what you mean. Good. Good. Why did you run from the security guard? I mean, because I had an illegal gun for my injection. It's understandable. Do you know the woman that was with the security guard? I have no idea which woman you're referring to. The security guard grabbed me quite suddenly. I've been in contact with the Liberation Front. Of course not. I only heard from the news. What do you think of them? They are what happens when a cult's dream becomes a nightmare. Were you forced to cooperate with them? No, they could never convince me to work with them. This guy's giving me nothing. I've got to go back to Daniel. Anything more on the Liberation Front? Fast and complete. Oh, shit. Woman that was at the mall. What can you tell me about her? Not much. Bicycles. Where's the bomb, Daniel? Right. Where's the bomb, Daniel? Okay. Aha! Better fucking tell me where the motherfucking bomb is, or I swear that I'll shoot you. Yes! Ah. 25 seconds to spare. I am the best at police brutality. And now I have a Bloody Mary to celebrate. Oh my. Bit too much Tabasco in that one. We successfully disarmed the device and saving dozens of... Oh, that was it was a decoy bomb. It's always a fucking decoy bomb. Crab baskets. Well, shit. Continue our investigation into the group known as the Liberation Front, the Truth and Order Special Unit, also known as TOSU. Apprehended and questioned several suspects identified through the Liberation Front online chat rooms. These suspects have been linked to potential terrorist activity. A plan targeting civilians by detonating an explosive device at the South Bank Mall. Yeah, let them know that we knew whether they were going to strike. Daniel Wilson, male, 27, a security guard, has confessed in his involvement and has been arrested, awaiting prosecution. At this point, we are working under an assumption that he was working alone. He was working as part of a larger terrorist cell. Former Marine, his criminal acts were motivated by dangerous ideological beliefs, severe PTSD and mental trauma, blackmail and threats made against family by the front. Well, he did say that, you know, they forced him into it, so yeah. At the time of his arrest, we were not aware of other potential bombs. Okay, we weren't aware of other potential bombs being placed. We are doing everything possible to neutralize other threats that may be active at this time, and ask the public to remain calm, avoid public places, inform us of any suspicious activity. Yeah, inform us of suspicious activity. Don't keep that shit to yourself. Can we speak, Detective? We are having repeat occurrences of gaps on the interview tapes. I checked the devices and the problems aren't technical. I won't report this myself in the interest of team cohesion. But if this persists, the consequence upon this department will come from outside and it will be harsh. Noted, Thompson. Back to work. You're right, Tab, but I have to balance procedure and getting results. It's so hard to get answers otherwise, but you're right. I'll make sure to always leave it on. It's a promise. I'm not going to make promises I can't keep, so yeah, I've just kind of got to be a dick sometimes. Compromising procedure is already showing a failure to balance. I'll leave you to it. Oh, you're right, but you can't put that timer in the corner and expect me not to... Geez, sorry, boss. Why are you apologizing? It's not your fault or ours. Those Liberation Front cunts deserve to get fucking eviscerated slowly. The dead are dead, and Deadest dead. What? What the fuck? I don't know. Okay, the dead is dead. Fucking hard to say when you've got a stammer. I know, it's just... I feel like we're somehow responsible. Well, we are the department charged with stopping the people who did these very acts. So we certainly have some of the responsibility, if not all of it. God, you're a fucking downer. We're trying to stop murderers. That doesn't make us in any way responsible for the murders. We're responsible for not doing our jobs well enough. Let's do better from here on out. That blood is on our hands now. Well, no. Like, we're trying... No, it's a murderer's responsibility for murdering. Like... Good evening, everyone. We need the room, please. I have someone here from City Hall to talk to you. Greetings, Detective. My name is Tristan Miller. I'm assistant to Mayor Priti Patel. I have been discussing things with Chief Anderson for a few hours now. I wanted to directly address you too. These deaths, obviously, they do not look good for any of us. We're relying on your task force to end what is surely the greatest threat to this city, the Liberation Front. Can we count on your team to achieve this, to make the city safe again? You can. The Liberation Front will be shut down. We'll do our best. But we just don't know how deep their network runs. Can't offer any sincere guarantees. we may need more resources to have any chances of dealing with them. Yeah, we need more resources. There are 3 of us. Well, 4 of us. Very well, we'll supplement your next budget with some additional funds. Thank you. Find the bastards doing this as soon as possible. Consider it done. I'll get my team right on it. We'll do our very best. I just hope it's enough. The sooner you... yeah, let's not be a dick. Like, get the team on it. Okay, got 2 new ones here. Framing arrests. You have mastered the cruel practice of framing your subjects for crimes that they have not committed. Okay, we're not doing that. Scholar of anatomy. You know how to make your subjects endure more physical punishment before they... Oh, Jesus. Scholar of ideology. Jesus Christ. I don't like being a dirty cop. Right, okay, we'll do some team building. Yeah, people definitely need therapy after this. Informer stimulus. Bonuses for agents. Extended PR report. And... some PR assistance. We need to look good here. Right. God, Tab, what do you do? Your success rate for all this shit is... Right, so I'm going to send you to work with the DA. You're going to consult with forensics. And God, Tab, what the fuck can you do? Budget request, track murder weapon. I guess you're doing reports. You have signed for... Oh, God, I've got to recruit an informer. Okay, everyone back to square one. Right. You're getting the informer. You're consultant forensics expert. And... you're writing up the reports. Hey, boss. I'm going to meet the others at Hannigan's. Try to get our minds off this craziness for a couple of hours before it all starts again tomorrow. Lead the way. I need a Bloody Mary. Later that night. No way Louis the 16th was a victim. Had an uncle named Louis. There was nothing royal about the man. I'm just saying that he was caught between the pressures of nobility and... no, I'm sticking to my picks. Kiss MLK, Mary Lionheart, Louis 16, definitely. Well, I'm confident Richie will make you many, many Murderous Crusader babies. Murderous Crusader babies has a ring to it. What the fuck are they talking about? Boss's turn. Right, let's see. Kiss, marry, kill. Lincoln, Gandhi, and Thatcher. Oh, Jesus. Well, okay. Kissing Lincoln. Yeah, it's going to be... Okay. Kiss Lincoln. Marry Gandhi. And kill Thatcher, because... kill Thatcher. We're back from looking at one of the explosions. Office building. Triggered after hours. Still, 8 dead and 20 in the hospital. No relevant witnesses off the bat. We've spoken to the explosive forensics, and it's like this. The big boom took place on the 13th floor. A large quantity of explosive material would have been required. That floor was closed, unpopulated, and it was said to be refurbished in the coming months. We're going to head out again, canvass for witnesses, see if we can find any surveillance. Things are not looking good. We're receiving actual complaints from the general public about your leadership of the unit. Get your act together. Spurred on by the front, who knows what these people might end up doing. That is all. I stopped one bomb. Managed to find enough residue to determine some of the bomb's exact components and features. Okay, convinced. She's accepted to start working with us. The chief called in to say that they appreciated the balanced books we keep. Oh wow, we are just not doing well. Oh god. Oh, come on. They're like... The papers are interviewing people here? Like, what the hell? This is just not going well at all. Oh, I'm failing this so hard. Well, that does it for this episode of the Bloody Mary Chronicles. Keep watching the skies.